Barry, how did you receive these documents from Pimco?
Well, you know, after last month's palace coup, it seems that there's a little bit of an internal split within Pimco, and there are people who are happy to see Gross go. And I think there's some people who may not have been so thrilled to see the guy who basically built this into a $2 trillion fund. The letter, the parody letter I published last month, Bill Gross's farewell letter, struck a chord with some people, even though it was made up.
We talked about this earlier with Mary, the idea of a $290 million number. That's not just managing the funds, right? I want to be clear on that.
So the way the managing directors get compensated at Pimco, the bulk of their money is the bonus. And it's paid, at one point it was paid quarterly, now it's paid twice a year. But each December, Christmas comes early to Newport Beach. And in 2013, about $1.5 billion was divided up amongst the 60 top managing directors, a third of which went to Gross and Mohamed El-Erian, the 1-2 at Pimco.
That's the critical point, I think. You know, this is in part a bad thing for Pimco that this is out there, because it's everyone's saying, wow, that's a ton of money that you're throwing at your guys. At the same time, both Mohamed El-Erian and Bill Gross are gone, so you get $500 million back like that you can suddenly say, oh, you know, we're hiring. We're looking for the best talent that we don't already have. Come to Newport Beach. And that's their main draw. That always has been. People are a little bit reluctant to move to Newport Beach.
It's one of the nicest places in the
Beautiful
world.
Place.
If you've never been, it's spectacular. But here's the other thing. This is unprecedented. Everybody forgets Pimco is part of a publicly traded company. This sort of bonus pool is relatively unprecedented. Either for a bond house or part of a publicly... The closest thing I can think of is Milken at Drexel, and they were private.
And
then there was the whole jail thing also.
Yeah,
so.
That's a little bit of a special situation. I think it's interesting to compare that Bill's bonus with Mike Diekman, the CEO of Allianz, and that's $9 million. So there's like a little bit of a delta there.
In the column this morning, we show Gross's bonus versus the next 20 finance companies' CEOs, and it's about even. Blankfein, Jamie Dimon, Lawrence Fink, add them all up, 20 of them equal Bill Gross.
Let me explain this chart for Bloomberg Radio Worldwide. Colby, bring up that bar chart we just had on, and this is the distinction here that gets you to these large bonuses for not only Dr. El-Erian and Mr. Gross, but many others at Pimco. Pimco is being conflated with major houses, Goldman Sachs, AIG, BlackRock, and the others. They're not an asset management company. The revenue per employee here, Barry,
astonishing.
Well, no, it's truly a miracle. Might I suggest they deserve whatever the compensation is, because they've got a bonus sharing partnership with their acquirer.
Here's why I'm going to, well, the bonus pool is a quirk of history. That's a really a longer story. When Allianz bought 70%, they kind of left the remaining 25 to 30% in the hands of Pimco, because Pacific Life, from whence Pimco originally spun out, continued to own 30%. Once Allianz bought the rest of that, the arrangement didn't change a whole lot, and it became a case of the tail wagging the dog. They were able to retain a huge chunk of money. If Allianz was a U.S. company, it's hard to imagine that a $1.5 billion bonus pool would not have been a material amount of money to be disclosed to shareholders.
Can we at the very least all agree to stop feeling bad for Bill Gross that Mohamed El-Erian left with the dog and the kids? Or can we put that to rest now?